Hello, everyone. My name is Denise Harlow. I'm CEO of the National Community Action Partnership. And today we're going to be talking about Community Action Month and the newly released toolkit to help local community action agencies, state associations, and others participate and engage in this month of commemoration, of celebration, and of saying thank you to all of the folks who make community action successful. I'm joined today by my colleague Jovita Tolbert, a Senior Vice President here at the National Community Action Partnership, and Johnny Udaly, who's a Senior Associate on Communications and Branding and the author of today's toolkit. Next slide, please. So for so many folks in community action, we look to May as Community Action Month to really be a highlight of our year. Community Action Month is a real chance for us to bring all of our voices together, staff, board, customers, donors, the business community, the faith community, education groups. All parts of our community can come together and lift up the value and investments that community action makes into our community. It really is a great chance for us to raise the visibility of community action in our communities. It's a great chance to talk about the impact you make every day to help hardworking American families truly reach toward that brass ring, toward the American dream, to help families be successful. There's so many success stories in community action of families who have pursued that economic mobility to allow them to remain and become self-sufficient in their communities. It's a chance for us to say thank you, to say thank you, thank you, thank you to those volunteers, to our boards, and to our staff who work so hard every day. Next slide, please. So as we have every year, I know it's a little later than usual. That's my fault here at the partnership. I kept looking at it and looking at it, wanted to make sure it was right for this moment. And this toolkit hopefully will help you kind of plug and play. There are social media resources, and Johnny's going to dive into these a little bit about how to take what's in the toolkit and make it your own. I tell you, when I get on social media, when I get on X or Facebook, during the month of May, it is so wonderful to see so many graphics and pictures and memes and just the faces of kids who are benefiting from community action agency services. We're going to have a calendar that really kind of is chock full of just ways for you to kind of hang your hat on days with community action agencies from across the country. There's sample press releases and a sample proclamation. During the month of May, we often will see proclamations from governors and mayors and city and county councils declaring May as Community Action Month. And it can be a great time to lean into fund development, and we're going to give you some fundraising ideas as well. And we're going to make sure that you have access to this PowerPoint deck, which will have a copy or a link, I should say, to the toolkit for your resources. Next slide, please. We've also embedded in the Community Action Month Toolkit, and I wanted to highlight these two other toolkits that the National Community Action Foundation put together the verbiage for, and our team here, Johnny and others, put together the visuals to allow you to lean into key talking points that talk about the high impact value, the cost effectiveness, the good business statements that community action brings to our work that demonstrates the return on investment every day that CSBG, LIHEAP, Head Start, weatherization bring to our community. So we have a separate toolkit for community action writ large. And David Bradley has done a toolkit that talks specifically about, again, CSBG, Head Start, LIHEAP, and weatherization. So many great places to go to get your tools, to get your talking points. And I hope that you have access to those tools. But again, you can access this through the link. And I hope that you keep these toolkits at the ready when you're meeting with the press, perhaps during Community Action Month. And with that, I'm going to turn over to Johnny Udaly, our senior associate who oversees our branding, our communications, who develops all those newsletters that you get every week. Johnny's the source behind all of that. And Johnny, thank you so much for your work to elevate community action. You really make community action look good. So I'm going to turn this over to you to walk us through the calendar and a number of the other elements in our toolkit. I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Denise. So I'd like to start off by discussing one of the most important resources in the toolkit, which is our Community Action Month calendar. You can find it on page 9 of the toolkit, or I've also hyperlinked it here in the slide. This calendar serves as a guide for daily themes, events, and activities to participate in all throughout the month of May. It also lets you know what sample graphics and social media messages we've provided, as well as what days they should be posted. I've highlighted a few of the events here on the slide, such as Head Start's birthday on May 18th. We have Impact Wednesday on May 7th and 21st, Weatherization Wednesday on May 14th and 28th, as well as Sunday Success on May 4th and 25th, when we encourage you to share your favorite customer success stories on social media using the hashtag Sunday Success. But these are just a few of the events listed. As you can see, there's some kind of event, activity, or theme for every day in May. So there's always some opportunity to celebrate Community Action Month. Just refer back to the calendar. Now let's talk activities. We have a bunch of fun activities planned this year. As always, on the first day of Community Action Month, we invite agencies to recite the promise of community action on social media. You can find the promise on page 4 of the toolkit. Often agencies will gather staff together and recite the promise on video and post it to their social media accounts. We also have Color the Huggy Heart Day on Monday, May 12th, which I'll discuss in just a moment. On Wednesday, May 7th and 21st, we invite agencies to promote their successes on social media using our customizable Impact Wednesday graphic. I'll cover that more in depth a little later on. On Throwback Thursday, May 8th and 22nd, we invite you to post throwback photos from around the office, old press clippings about your agency, or you might have staff provide photos from their childhood to share on social media. At the end of the day, we just encourage you to have fun with it. We also have Thankful Thursday on May 29th, when agencies give thanks on social media. And we've included a customizable graphic for this, which I'll get to later on in the presentation. And then one of our newer events is CCAP Celebration Week, which will be celebrating May 4th through the 10th. If anyone is unfamiliar, CCAP stands for Certified Community Action Professional, and it's a credential that recognizes individuals who have demonstrated the knowledge and application of the core competencies required to effectively carry out the mission and purpose of the community action movement. So during CCAP Celebration Week, we ask that you show some love to your CCAPs at your agency. Shout them out on social media and celebrate their achievement and commitment to our network. As I just mentioned, one of our most popular events each year is Color the Huggy Heart Day, when agencies have their Head Start kids participate in a Color the Huggy Heart activity. This year, Huggy Heart Day lands on Monday, May 12th. It's always fun to see how creative our Head Start children are, so we invite you to post their drawings on social media using the hashtags Community Action Month and Community Action Works. Another popular event is Fun Friday, which lands on Friday, May 30th this year. We usually save this one for the final Friday of the month. On this day, we invite you to post a selfie on social media holding the I Heart Community Action selfie sign. But of course, any day in May is a perfect day to post a selfie, so feel free to do so whenever the mood strikes. Both these resources are hyperlinked in the slide and can be found on our Community Action Month landing page as well. Another important resource, which you'll definitely want to take advantage of, is our sample social media post section. Here's where you'll find all of the social media messages we've provided. We have more sample messages than ever this year, which cover National Teacher Day, Training Tuesday, International Day of Families, Weatherization Wednesday, Provider Appreciation Day, and much more. We have both ready-to-post messages as well as customizable fill-in-the-blank messages provided for days like Sunday Success or Tuesday Testimonial, when you can promote a great customer testimonial to social media. All you need to do is fill in the blank with a link to your story, or if you like, include the testimonial in some kind of social media graphic. This section also lets you know the days for which there are sample graphics available to pair with our social media messages, which actually brings us to our next slide. As you can see, we have a large collection of social media graphics. You can find these on page 22 of the toolkit. The graphics are listed chronologically with guidance on which day the graphics should be posted. But what's shown here on the slide is only a small sample of the graphics we've provided. But as you can see, we have National Teacher Day, Weatherization Wednesday, Head Start's birthday, International Day of Families, Transformation Tuesday, as well as many more not shown here on the slide. As I mentioned earlier, Impact Wednesday will fall on May 7th and 21st this year. We've used the National Community Action Foundation's 2025 talking points to develop this brand new collection of graphics and social media messages, which promote community action job training, small business loan programs, community action commercial development projects, and more. Additionally, we have a customizable social media graphic for Impact Wednesday as well. This is a great opportunity to highlight the impact your agency is making in your local community. Feel free to customize it with your local data or a great customer success story. The graphic is easy to customize in PowerPoint and includes instructions. We've also provided a blank copy of the graphic in case you prefer to customize it in Canva or Photoshop. If you need any assistance, please reach out to me. I've hyperlinked my email address in the slides, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. Something else we're excited for is Training Tuesday, which will take place on May 13th and 27th. Here again, we've expanded our collection of graphics and messaging, which cover topics like community action, job skills training, financial coaching, and more. I'd also like to call your attention to Transformation Tuesday, which will take place on May 20th, and for which we have not one, but a small collection of graphics and social media messages that promote the ways in which community action programs have transformed the lives of families and communities we serve. And as with Impact Wednesday, the messages provided for both Training Tuesday and Transformation Tuesday were borrowed from NCAF's 2025 Community Action Messaging Toolkit, which is a great resource for additional graphics and messaging to help promote your agency and its programs. We've also expanded our content for Weatherization Wednesday with 5 sample messages and 4 graphics available. This year, we'll be celebrating Weatherization Wednesday on May 14th and 28th. The graphics and social media messages we've provided cover a range of weatherization topics such as utility savings, health and safety benefits, job growth, and more. We've also expanded our collection of Head Start graphics and social media messages, which you can make use of on Head Start's 60th birthday, which lands on Sunday, May 18th. The messaging provided for Head Start's birthday, as well as Weatherization Wednesday, was developed using talking points provided in NCAF's other recent toolkit, talking points and tools for CSBG, WAP, LIHEAP, and Head Start. If you're looking for additional language and graphics to promote your weatherization and Head Start programs, this toolkit is a wonderful resource. We also encourage you to make use of our social media creator. On Monday, May 19th, we ask that you post your agency's mission on social media by plugging your mission and logo into our template. And then on Thursday, May 29th, you can customize our Thankful Thursday template with your agency's logo and a photo of your staff. Then post it with a thank you message on social media thanking your staff, volunteers, local partners, and everyone who's participated in your Community Action Month efforts this May. Both of these templates are customizable in PowerPoint. They're very easy to edit and take about 2 minutes to customize, and I've hyperlinked instructions to assist you. But again, if you need additional assistance, please feel free to email me. I've hyperlinked my email in the slides, and I'm happy to provide assistance in customizing these templates for you, so please don't hesitate to reach out. This brings us to some of our other customizable templates we have available. Each year, many of our agencies and state associations will have their mayor, county officials, or governor designate May as Community Action Month. Therefore, we've provided a sample proclamation template that you can use. This is a great way to promote the impact of your agency in your local community, as well as the impact of community agencies all across your state. And of course, we have a sample press release template as well. Using this template to issue a press release is a great way to raise awareness of your agency, its impact in your community, as well as any upcoming events you may be hosting in honor of Community Action Month. Now, talking to the press can be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Along with our sample press release template, we also have some great tips for talking to the press. We discuss the importance of knowing the facts about poverty in your region and how your agency is working to address it. We also discuss the importance of telling a story using anecdotes about the individuals and families you serve. This can help effectively illustrate your point. Of course, it's always important to speak clearly and enunciate, using words and terms that the reporter and general public can easily understand. It's also a good idea to practice interviewing. Doing interviews is a learned skill, and practicing regularly can help you feel more prepared and at ease when it comes time to do the real thing. And as we mentioned earlier, we've also included a collection of sample talking points to help you stay on topic when promoting community action. There are sample talking points to promote community action in a broader sense, but also talking points that are specific to some of the major community action programs, such as weatherization and Head Start. These resources can be found in our section on publicizing Community Action Month in the press, which starts on page 38. Looking to use Community Action Month as an opportunity to do some fundraising, we have some great fundraising tips to consider. We discussed the importance of emphasizing the need in your community, informing your donors about the community needs your agency is working to address. Using specific facts and statistics about poverty in your region can be helpful in demonstrating the urgency and importance of your work. Also, be sure to emphasize your agency's role in solving the problem. Make sure that your donors clearly understand how your agency is addressing and meeting that need. If you can, present data that demonstrates the difference that you're making. It's also important to emphasize individual stories. Pick one or two customer stories that showcase how their lives have been significantly and positively changed by your work. What was their situation before they found community action? What programs did they participate in? And what do their lives look like now that they've completed these programs? And finally, emphasize the ask. Your fundraising appeal should include a section where you ask donors to give a gift. You may even want to provide a suggested donation amount. And of course, we have a sample fundraising letter that you can use to support your efforts. All of these fundraising resources can be found starting on page 51 of the toolkit. Next, we have our branding section. This can be found on page 36. It includes ideas on how you might use the national brand logo or our Huggy Heart designs. For instance, you could use the NCAP logo on the footer of your website, or you see this graphic in the slide that says, proud member of the Community Action Network. This would be a great graphic to post on your website or your social media accounts. We also have sample language that you could include on your website, in your publications or on your social media accounts. There are taglines such as helping people changing lives or America's poverty fighting network. We've also have common hashtags that agencies are using, such as Be Community Action or Community Action Works. And we've included some additional resources such as our logos, Huggy Hearts, fonts, and other design elements. Maybe you want to promote your community action agency by shooting your own video to post on social media. Our video production section provides guidance on how to shoot video, what to wear, what to shoot, and the proper equipment that you'll need, along with other important video production tips. It also includes tips for editing videos and what programs you can use to assist you. And of course, if you have questions, please feel free to send me an email, and I'll be happy to assist in any way I can. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to Jovita Tolbert, our Senior Vice President for Membership and Administration, who's going to discuss our upcoming annual convention.
Thanks, Johnny. Here at NCAP, we are delighted to receive your nominations for the National Community Action Awards. I'd like to take just a brief moment and walk through the different categories that will be offered for nominations this year. So first off, we have the National Community Action Personal Achievement Award. And this award is really meant to recognize individuals who have changed their lives, embody community action spirit of hope, and are working to make America a better place. Next, we have the National Community Action Volunteer Recognition Award. Now, this award is really working or aiming to recognize individuals who are working hand in hand with local community action agencies to pursue individual, family, and community-wide solutions to barriers that are holding families back from success. Next up, we have the National Community Action Leadership Award. This award is really for practitioners of our network who have expertise on what works to promote greater economic opportunity. And finally, we have the Promise in Action Award. And this award is geared towards local community action agencies as a whole that are working to build resilient communities that are caring diligently for the entire community, responding to natural disasters and other emerging issues in a timely manner. We also have scholarships. And there are two scholarship offerings. We have one that will be awarded to a community action agency or state community action agency association staff member, and then one that will be awarded to a local community action agency board member. And these awards are really meant to ensure that those within agencies or state associations that may not regularly have the opportunity to attend a national convention have that opportunity. So we're excited to receive your nominations. The information for nominating is included in the Community Action Month Toolkit on page 55. Next up, I'd like to remind everyone that registration is open for our National Community Action Convention. And so we're going to have 80+ workshops on various topics of interest to human service agencies, really helping us to think about what works as we're moving families and economies towards self-sufficiency, greater economic security. And we have a number of management and leadership sessions also featured throughout the convention, but on the front end as well. So keep an eye out for our e-newses. You're going to see that we're offering a national training for new executive directors. There will be a few others that will be featured in the coming weeks as well. So you'll want to be there the whole week. So just keep an eye out for additional information. And as we move forward, we just want to encourage you guys to reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns, if you need additional resources or assistance with the resources that have been offered. We're here to help. You've heard from Johnny, you've heard from Denise. Their emails are included here. They're really the points for the messaging and the tools that have been provided. So don't hesitate to contact us. We would love to hear from you. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Denise to provide some final remarks.
Thank you so much, Jovita. Thank you so much, Johnny. I hope that those of you who've watched this video can see the love and care that Johnny and Jovita have both put into the toolkits around communications for Community Action Month and our convention. Our team is just amazing in terms of hopefully meeting your needs. I can't even speak how well and how wonderful our team has been to be able to be responsive to this moment. And I hope that you see that care in these resources. And I hope to see you on social media during May. Send me your pics. Johnny mentioned the coloring of the Huggy Heart with the Head Start kids is one of the key activities that just always brings tears to my eyes to see the quilt of those pictures, and again the love that the children are putting into the work that they're doing. So thank you for everything you do year round. And I look forward to seeing a lifting up of the great work that you do during May and Community Action Month. And I hope to see you in Detroit in August. Thank you for all you do. Reach out if we can be helpful, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.